Hello and welcome back to A Foreigner and Family in the Philippines. And this is a new addition to the farm here. This is an Isuzu Elf truck, and these come surplus from Japan. They get used up. They reach the end of their life cycle in Japan, and then they get shipped over here to the Philippines, and they actually get taken apart and shipped over, and then they make it here, and then they get reassembled. And this is an Isuzu Elf. This is about the smaller end on the Elves. They can get quite a bit bigger, and then they even jump up into some really large, maybe a Photon, or no Isuzu, something else, but they get even bigger. But this one here, it has the 4JG2 engine. I got it home. The differential down here was leaking oil, so I had to take it back to the place. They did repair it. They didn't replace it, but it was one of these little side next to the tire. They jack them up with a forklift, and I think they punctured it with that. They arc welded it together back, just a little hole back. So hopefully I don't run into any more issues with that. Although this is I got 4x4, and I got the 4x4 because some of the terrain that I have to go over is a little rough, and I would have liked to have had something a little higher off the ground than this. This is almost scraping. Although now I look in here and I see a little something else over here. I actually regret this purchase. It's just, I think it's going to be too much maintenance. You can already tell. They have 2 rear tires on each side for a total of 4, and all 4 of them are completely bald. I had trouble even driving this up to the house, in 4-wheel drive even, so that's going to be an issue. And it looks like both of my front tires are leaking. I'm actually going to take them to the vulcanizer tomorrow so he can take a look and see if why they're leaking. There's usually a nail involved. It just stinks that both front tires would have a leak. Yeah, they're getting down a little bit here. And she doesn't look too bad on the outside because they painted it, but I see that. I just found that leak. That doesn't make me too happy. But the inside here is a real gem. I mean, it's all dry rotted. Actually, and this looks like a newer seat that they put in. Some of these are really bad. The dash is all busted up, and that little thing there is ridiculous. That is for the wiper fluid. It just hangs down from the dash. And this is 4-wheel. I'm going to go ahead and pause it here just to pull up so I can show the engine. So this is the engine here. This is the 4JG2, and it's got a 10-foot bed on it. It's pretty big. So that will come in handy if I keep her. But I do regret the purchase if it's something that I can't even have trouble driving up to the house. One of the reasons I got it was I need to ride out to Henneplan, and that road is actually fairly rough. And I don't even know, I haven't even attempted that yet with this, so I'm going to go ahead and I need to do that and see how she does. But we are going to be able to get the seedlings for the planting that we have coming up. And that's a big deal. That was what pushed me to to get something here. We're having trouble finding somebody that would drive all the way to Davao, which is completely across Mindanao there, and it's a pretty good drive. I think it was about a little over 7 hours in the D-Max, and in this Isuzu Elf it's probably going to be significantly longer because it's a lot of mountains and hills. I'll just have to take it easy and baby this and hopefully get it in good running condition before I make that trip. And I haven't seen any leaks on the engine. However, I did just see that leak down there. I don't know if that's on the gear shaft or I'll have to take a look at that. I would hate to have to run back out to the mechanic, but if I've got to do it, it's still comes with a 30-day warranty, so I need to make sure I take full advantage of that. There was okay, the water level is still there. It was just concerning because I had to add some water to it the other day. And they had an issue with it and I was concerned that it was still having the issue. This hose here, they took off, they put in some sort of seal, put it back on, and instead of replacing it and then retighten this. And it's like, man, if it's already leaking, I'd rather just go ahead and get a new one, but they just sealed it up. And then when I got home, just from the drive, but it was kind of hot when they put it in over there, and then I poured the water in when it was cold. I could see the water in it there, but that kind of, because then it was full at the place yesterday, and then the drive home again from getting the repair done on the back differential. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that. And let me go ahead and crank this bad boy up just to hear what she sounds like. Okay, so she started up okay there, but I don't know, I've heard so many other trucks like this that are, I don't know, I'm just worried about this one. Let it sit. It only sat here, like I had started it up the day before yesterday, and I don't know, it turned over okay, but it did pause for a second, so that's concerning. I hate it because it's not something I'm going to use every single day, so I'm already regretting this purchase here. Now this would be a great truck for somebody that's going to use it every day. So if you are in the Claveria area and you are interested in a Isuzu Elf, I paid 425,000 pesos for it, and I'd be willing to let it go for 425,000 pesos. And I say that now, but I might, and that might be a good truck here on the farm after all. I haven't really used it that much, so let's see how it goes. And I have a feeling once I change those tires back here, because all four of those are bald, it'll have an easier time getting up. And you're hearing some other sounds too. It's actually the back. These doors come down and they hit and they rattle. So that's part of the sound. Like, oh, no AC, no frills, no radio. And this is I was just showing the slope. I don't know if this is really shows it that well, but there is a little bit of a slope here, and I did have trouble getting up here yesterday. And I'm not used to driving it yet either, and I may not have engaged the four-wheel drive correctly on the first attempt, but And those rear wheels started spinning on me. They were having trouble getting up the top here. So I have a feeling if I change those, well, I don't want to put too much into it if I'm looking to get rid of it, but we'll see how it goes. I need to give it a little more time and get behind the wheel on it a little bit more before I make my final decision on whether I'm keeping it. And that's all for now. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.